Meet Chandresh. He bought this old rundown property and tried flipping it whilst having a full-time job.
One of my struggles was that, finding time.
So he bought the property without even viewing it.
I sent Viewer, they viewed it, they sent me the videos, all looks good.
And tried making a profit.
The valuer came in early and I really wanted to fight tooth and nail about a really high valuation, shockingly, because I wasn't there.
Here's what he did step by step and how much money he actually made, starting with the property transformation.
It was the main living room.
What was the condition of this room?
It was okay. We would have got away with maybe a lick of paint.
So what's the plan with this now?
We're putting a couch there, coffee table, and then we're hoping to fit a dining table and a couple of chairs there. Along that back wall, we're going to have fridge, freezer, the hob, and it's going to carry on to the sink, and there'll be a TV on the wall there. I think it'll be nice and spacious. This room had a really dated kitchen all along the back there. It had some sort of weird seating area there as well. We've got a bespoke carpenter that's doing a lot of bespoke furniture, bedside cabinet there. There's going to be like a desk area here as well, so that you can actually make use of the bedroom.
So you're turning the living room into an open plan living room and turning the kitchen into the second bedroom.
Correct. The bathroom, this was an interesting one because it was really dated. The tiles were painted over and stuff like that.
Right.
This was a bit all skewed a little bit, so it didn't quite look as uniform. So they built out this, made it more uniform. So this was the existing bedroom. We've got a carpenter building as a custom cupboard here as well. I believe he's building as a little vanity area here as well, which is why we've accommodated for sockets and stuff.
Makes sense. This property is in obviously London Oval. You live in Loughborough.
Yeah.
What's that process be like investing remotely?
Everyone that I've used in terms of the people that are doing the carpentry, the curtains, the builder, it's all come through my interior designer. I've not dealt with anyone else. I've just dealt with her. I've only been here 3 times. And look at the amount of progress when you see the before pictures.
From what I remember, you bought the property. I don't think you even did the viewing at that stage.
That's correct. When you try and put an offer into a property,
They want you to come and view.
yeah, they're not interested because they don't feel that you're credible enough or you're just messing them around.
Yeah.
So I sent Viewer. They viewed it. They sent me the videos. All looks good. It was probably a month after I got the keys that I actually turned up and I thought, better go and have a look at the property to purchase.
In terms of finding this, how did you find this property in the first place?
Again, after watching your videos, I then went away and started looking, and then this one came up, and then I saw the cricket ground, and then I thought, this would make an ideal conversion.
And where was the property? You found it on Rightmove?
On Rightmove, found this, stacked the numbers in your spreadsheet, and it all seemed to work.
What was it on for?
325,000.
And you offered?
I didn't offer at that stage because it came on the market. I stacked the figures, phoned the estate agent, I think the next day, and he said it's already gone. So I was a bit gutted because I was really keen and eager. And that's when you said, don't worry, these things normally fall through anyway.
Yeah.
You said that to me, but I was just like, no one's going to drop out of that. You're not going to buy a 325,000 property without knowing you can buy it. That's not likely to happen. And I gave up on it. I was gutted, admittedly. I was super gutted. Sat on holiday, the property's back on the market.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm a cash buyer. It doesn't mean you're going to turn up with bags of cash and you've got it in your bank account. It refers more to your ability to purchase as if it was cash, which is a bridging loan. But again, as part of that, I was actually going to put some of my money in. Obviously, during one of our conversations, you said, well, you know, I've got another mentee and they're not putting any of their money in. So when you said that, and I questioned it, well, how is that even possible? I soon went away to a broker and they were like, yeah, well, we can do this and you don't have to put any of your money in.
You got 100% finance?
100% finance on the purchase and the refurb.
Just to clarify a bit further, because I don't want someone to think that, well, anyone can just contact a broker and you can get 100% finance, because 98% of people can't get 100% finance.
Okay.
What was the reason that you could get 100% finance in that situation?
Okay, so I have other properties, and what I could do is, and they're unencumbered, meaning so they're paid off. I don't owe any money, no mortgage. So rather than me giving money, why don't you just put a charge against that property as security?
So you're basically borrowing money against properties which you already own, and you've got 100% finance on this property?
Completely 100%. Yep. No, I can't say that, honestly. Now that I've gone over budget, I have put money in.
Let's talk about the refurb. You mentioned you spent quite a lot.
A lot overspend. And that's, again, it can be controlled. And when I reached out to you and said, well, how much should I be spending on a kitchen? 3 or 4K, you could get everything done. I think mine's coming in at maybe 10 to 12,000.
For the kitchen?
Yeah, because it's all going all smeg. Every appliance is smeg. My interior designer did say, you know, it's a buy-to-let. That's the brief you gave me. Now, they're all integrated appliances that no one's going to see, but so why would you spend that? But I would tend to buy branded and reliable stuff so that I'm not here replacing it. We could have gone for cheaper doors. These are slightly more expensive because as you know, fire door. Yep. But 2-bedroom flat, why aren't we having fire doors everywhere then? Because just for acoustics and stuff like that. Flooring, I was going to go carpet, but when I said to the interior designer, she's like, well, it's a buy-to-let, why aren't you using LVT, luxury vinyl tile? Because it's just going to last a long time.
Sure.
Easy to lay, it's a glue down. If there is damage, they can cut out just one strip and replace it.
Windows, I'm assuming you've, of course, just left as they are. They seem fine.
They seem okay. If we don't have to touch them, well, I'm going to, again, add a lot more complex.
How did you manage this project whilst having a full-time job?
One of my struggles was that, finding time. So what I did, I made an arrangement with my wife. Monday and Tuesday, I know I finish my day job at 5. The rest of it is my time. I got 2 hours on a Monday evening, 2 hours on a Tuesday evening, and it's all to build this side of it. It's not going to build itself, so you've got to commit some of your time. I just get onto suppliers. The guys need 7 radiators or they need 5 doors and get it ordered and delivered. My interior designer, she comes here, she manages all the timelines, and I know she's going away. I suspect within 3 weeks, we're going to be done.
This looks a bit different than last time.
Slightly different, yeah.
Pretty decent sized wardrobe as well. I'm assuming this opens.
It does open because there's pipes in there, but I wanted it all tidied up. This is the bathroom that was...
This was almost close to being done last time.
It just needed a little bit of decorating and finishing and the radiators and everything. And then here's the existing bedroom that we had. That's again custom made for this person. The cupboard as well.
This room is pretty much the same size as the other room. Sometimes people think that if you're going to turn the kitchen into a bedroom, then it's going to be all crammed and everything's going to be small. But this bedroom is pretty much the same size. That actually feels very spacious.
I was not anticipating that we'd have this much space. Even when it came down to that table there, we were like, it's going to be way too big for this. The size of the room all worked out really well.
Given that you have L-shaped kitchen as well, this feels like it could have been purpose-built as a normal living room.
The reason I went further is because I wanted dishwasher, I wanted a washer dryer, I wanted everything that I'd want in a property.
Let's start with the numbers. How much did you buy it for?
Purchase price 318,000.
And the other cost?
So then you got your stamp duty on top. 12,940. My legals came in at 5,320. When you take out bridging finance, they want you to cover their costs, and then you've got to cover your own costs, and they want you to pay for everything for them. Bridging costs in total will be 26,000. The finance covered the purchase and 40K's worth of refurb. I actually used investor finance, so I had someone that I was speaking to. He's an old school friend, and we just got talking and how I was looking for investors, and then within a few days I had £80,000 of his money in my account. So I actually owe him 5,800. The refurb ended up at around 69,000. Total all in £437,060.
What's the estimate in terms of the final value?
From the comparables that I've done, and it is really difficult, there's been flats in this building sold for around 460, very slightly bigger, not as good condition that mine will end up being. Then there's been, again, slightly smaller, again, not great condition, and that's gone for 435. Now, when I've gone a bit further afield to have a look, because there's similar buildings that look just like this, next street down, and they're selling at 550. I'm confident that I'll get 450. Secretly, I'm hoping for 500.
Last time we met, we didn't have the final numbers. Your plan now is to refinance and rent this out, I'm assuming.
Refinancing, but there was a few restrictions on the lenders that I could use because of this deck access thing that I'd never heard of. So it limited the number of lenders, not a massive issue. I've got a 12-month tenancy signed with 12 months paid up front.
What rental are you getting on this?
2,600 a month.
So now you've got the valuation back. What did that come out to be?
Shockingly, because I wasn't there and I really wanted to fight tooth and nail about a really high valuation, my train was actually delayed and the valuer came in early. I felt that I'm going to have to really fight my corner. I gave him access to the lockbox. Off he went, came back 500,000. I didn't even have to fight. I just couldn't have got to where I am without your mentorship. It just couldn't have worked better.